guys, and we're gonna barbecue. Get a bunch of meat cooked for this week for lunches. We already started prepping. So we got a pork shoulder with some seasoning on it, and we got a piece of brisket. We're just getting ready to let them sit for a minute, get room temperature. But one of them we put Blue Hog Original Dry Rub on the pork, and Gourmet Old Canadian Steak Rub on the prime rib. What are you gonna cook us for lunch today?
Tomahawk steaks.
We went to our local grocery store and they had tomahawks. So we bought 2. We'll be cooking those later. All right, first thing we gotta do, the Camp Chef, we're gonna be cooking on both of these today. But this one takes the longest to kind of heat up. So what we're gonna do real quick, we've got some better burning charcoal with oak. And this stuff burns pretty good. Once you get it lit, it heats up pretty good. The pellet stove works really good too, but our egg cooker, we swear the meat turns out more juicy when it's all done. Something about it, sealing it. Okay, so we got the oak in the bottom of the egg cooker. We got the heat coil plugged in, opened up our air. It'll take 10-15 minutes. You'll start seeing some smoke come up. Once you see the smoke, you can pull your heat, your little igniter, and put your cooker all back together. And then when the heat starts to get a little hotter, you can really clean off your grill. It's kind of a mess from the last time we smoked something, but we'll burn it all off. We'll get it all cleaned up before we put we'll probably cook the brisket on this one. And we might put both brisket and pork shoulder. Neither of them are too big. So we'll put them in there and let them smoke. And then we just topped off the pellet smoker in case we do decide to use that. We use Traeger Reserve. We like that one. It's probably one of our favorites for pellets. So we'll show you when we get them all lit. We'll get them all ready for the meat. So been in there about 10 minutes. You can see it's starting to smoke. So I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, better to get down, but that just stores under there. And of course, unplug it. One-handed. Put the grill back in. We'll let that heat up for a little while, and then we'll get the brush and scrub it. Get it ready. All right, we have both of the smokers going. What we ended up doing is in Vision Grill, the brisket, and then in the Camp Chef smoker, we got it set to 225. But the pork shoulder. Now we just wait.
Okay, so we have the egg grill going and it's smoky, and then we have 2 tomahawk steaks that are salted and peppered, and an elk backstrap that's awesome.
we got the pork shoulder. We've been cooking for a couple of hours now. And the brisket we took off and wrapped it with tin foil. The pork shoulder we're gonna cook to 165 and then we're gonna wrap it. So we're at 143, we still got a little bit to go. And then we'll wrap it and we'll cook it for a couple more hours so that it's fall apart for like pulled pork sandwiches. So, and then Chloe's working on the other grill. Let's check them. We want to cook her steaks to 135 and then we'll pull them off and let them rest. So we're at 123, and that one's at 100, so it's a little bit cooler. We're gonna put it more in the center, get it a little warmer. It's a little thicker on that one. And then our piece of elk meat, it's 150, it's done. We'll take it in the house and we'll let these cook for a couple more minutes. All right, it's all done. Just a little bit red in the middle. And it's good. So just real quick, this is elk meat that everyone says is too lean and you have to cook it in fat to make it juicy. We didn't do anything to this. We even smoked it on a grill. I'll come in and get close. If you look at that, there's plenty of juice in that. It's not dry at all. It's just how you cook it. If you overcook it, or throw it in an oven and overcook it, it will be dry. But if you want to barbecue it, just low and slow, and it comes out pretty good. Don't block the camera with your hand. You're not? Okay. We let them rest for a little bit. Got a ridiculously oversized knife to cut them. It's perfect. It's nice and red. Okay. Chloe, go ahead, taste it. Is it any good? Try it.
I like the outside so like has a crust on it.
It's good, huh?
Mm-hmm. Good. Good job.
Chloe cooked it. Chloe cooked it.
Chloe, you get a pat on the back too.
Oh yeah.
But it was actually got up to 140 after sitting. But it's delicious. It cooked for a long time. Show them the towel. We had it sitting on the stove for like 2 hours, wrapped in that swimming towel. And it's still steamy. And there's still juice in the package. I'm gonna try to lift it out so that we can save the juice. It's not a full brisket, it's like a half of one. It's kind of hard to tell which way was up and which way was down. I think this is the fat side. Well, it cuts real easy. It's like super easy to cut. It's really good. They're juicy.
Look at the steam right now. Let me get close.
pulls apart. You try some?
Is this the brisket?
Mm-hmm.
Brisket's my favorite.
It turned out really good. So the only one we have left, the pork shoulder's still finishing. So we're trying to soften it really good so it'll pull apart. It's in the oven right now, 225. Finished. We got it wrapped. We'll just let that steam in there for another hour maybe. All right, the last thing we cooked today, pork shoulder. Yeah, it pulls apart. That's pretty good. And you can just grab it. There's the bone. You can pull the bone right out. Looks like we had a good day. The brisket turned out good. The steaks turned out good. And now the pulled pork's gonna be really delicious. We just gotta add a little bit of barbecue sauce. Should be good. All right, well, that's it for today. Okay, one last thing, Jeff. The pulled pork just barely got done. What was it, 8:05? Look at that. You can just cut it with a fork. The bone fell right out. Here, try it, Chloe. Tell him how delicious it is.
Mm-hmm.